back to Ekiti Discourse. Let's talk Ekiti. My name is Tanimola Kolade.
And my name is Awoyifa Imaruachi.
I'm Ashwaji Kasalulafin.
My name is Oluwafunmi Downstay.
Yeah, so today we have the Honorable Commissioner for Youth Development in Ekiti State, Prince Adesola Gold Adedayo, who is also the chairman of Nigerian Youth Commissioners Forum. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you for bringing that to Ekiti.
Yes, speaks volumes of the impact you've had so far in youth development in Ekiti State, and it has been recognized nationally too.
Yeah, that courtesy of our youth-loving governor, who has provided an enabling environment for all of us to shine in Ekiti State. Right now, in our state, we have the best of the best. That speaks to the just recently back-to-back award by Mr. Governor as the Governor of the Year and all of those. And you can see the reflection on the quality of the cabinet. We have the Commissioner for Finance as chairman of Commissioners Forum. We have Commissioner for Environment as also the chairman of Commissioner for Environment Forum, and a whole lot of the Commissioner for Health also, and now Commissioner for Youth Development.
The Arts and Culture too.
Yeah, of course.
That's quite impressive.
So right now in Ekiti, we have the best.
The state is doing well.
Very well.
So Prince Adedayo Gold Adesola, over the years, has been an executive assistant in Osun State to the governor, sir.
Yes, in the office of the then MDG, Millennium Development Goals, now Sustainable Development Goals. I was an executive assistant to the then coordinator of that department, of that MDA. I think it was 2010, if I'm correct. To sometimes in 2011 when I left for National Assembly. As
we'll come back to that. Come back to that. I can see it. Yes, like he rightly said, he spent over a decade in the National Assembly as a special assistant and legislative aide.
Correct.
So it's not surprising to see you doing well currently in governance. So can you just give us a brief of your experience in the National Assembly?
Okay, it's a legislative experience really. I was SA to the then chairman, House Committee on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management. I think I got to National Assembly with him in 2011, and that would be the 7th Assembly. I was there for 7th Assembly and of course the 8th Assembly. Of course, part of my responsibility then was to assist him in discharging his duty, overseeing the debt portfolio of our country. The DMO office, Debt Management Office, happens to be the ministry saddled with the responsibility of you know, there's this thing about debt in our nation. A lot of people think it's a problem, but this is one of the ways that government fund deficits. We always speak to the fact that it is not debt that is actually the problem. The issue really is the application of the money that you borrow, what you use it for. If you use it to, just like people will say, to fund the current expenditure, or probably as an individual, you borrow money to get another wife, that is the problem. But when you borrow money to fund investment, which is crucial, I don't think there's any nation or any country that can really survive without borrowing money to fund critical infrastructure. And that I was doing with the chairman of that committee, because we have this in part of our law. You cannot just go and borrow money without coming for the approval of the National Assembly to do such. So the committee then in the House of Representatives happens to be in charge of debt profile borrowings of all the states or MDAs or even the country. So I was with the chairman then, Honorable Adeyinka Ajayi, for 2 terms of 8 years, and thereafter I also worked with him to consult for both houses, the Senate and the House of Reps. I was there for about 12 years. And that experience has actually shaping a lot of activities in public office. And now managing Ekiti Youth, which I'm fortunate enough supporting the vision of Mr. Governor. We refer to him as the youth-loving governor, who at this time is actually doing a lot to see to the development of our youth. Don't forget, that happens to be the pioneer commissioner for youth development in Ekiti State. Before now, this ministry used to be youth and sport. But Mr. Governor, upon assumption of office, removed the sport portfolio of that ministry so that we have a ministry that will pay absolute attention to youth development. And all that we do here is youth empowerment, youth development, and of course supporting our youth to enhance their capacity. If you want me to continue to speak from now till tomorrow, you will see the government's intervention in agriculture, in education, of course even in my ministry, in art and culture, in women affairs, in wealth creation, in innovation. All of this trying to add value, shape our youth in the proper direction.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, can you briefly tell us about the key components about Ekiti State youth policy?
Okay, the policy document, upon assumption of office, first we started from inauguration of the 4th Ekiti Youth Parliament. Okay. Thereafter, Mr. Governor approved the review of the policy document, and of course his instruction, his express instruction, is that the youth should work on that document by themselves. So let them own it. So I took the draft to the Parliament, Ekiti Youth Parliament, and I laid it on behalf of Mr. Governor before the Speaker, Right Honorable Lusanya, for them to work on it. And thereafter, a committee was put together in this ministry, a 17-man committee headed by a professor of political science, and of course, all rep of all youth and student organizations. That document speaks to Mr. Governor's engagement, the participation, the inclusion of our youth in policy making. And of course, a lot of the thematic area on that document that speaks to youth and youth in agriculture, youth in health, youth in education, ICT and new media, and so on and so forth. Now, we have a policy document that speaks to the inclusion of the youth into governance in Ekiti State. A critical component of that policy is youth in politics, youth in the, if you see Mr. Governor's appointment, more than 70-80% of the people appointed to this government are all youth. And so this is one of the ways that this is why we call him a youth-loving governor. See, this government is about we youth. When I came in October, August 2023, the first engagement that we had with Mr. Governor, tag Youth Let's Talk with Bao. At that platform then, we pleaded that, Mr. Governor, if you are able to solve 70% of the problem of it, even individually, if you are able to solve 70% of your problem, you are home and dry. And so, in this ministry, we speak to the fact that 70% of the population of this state are youth. Yes. And so we are saying, face the youth alone. Don't worry about any other ministry. And true to his word, of course, Mr. Talk and Do, all that Mr. Governor has been doing in Ekiti is honestly about us. And this is why you will see that these youth are so much in love with him, because the new sheriff in town is talking about the youth, is adding value to our lives. And if you want me to talk like a politician, I will remind you of that song that they say, Bẹ́ẹ̀rí iṣẹ́ wa, Now we are saying that it's not only Igboro. Anywhere you look at, Bẹ́ẹ̀rí iṣẹ́ wa. Because if you go to all our farmstead,
yes, we have the youth.
You will see the new form of agricultural program that is different from what our parents used to do. Now it's agribusiness. The governor is using the youth to feed the state. If you look at it in another way, you are asked to come and take a portion of land that has already been cleared for you. The improved seedling that you are going to plant there, the insecticide and everything is done by government. So come, take a portion of your own, continue to look at it. In 3 months, in 6 months, big money. Yes. So Ekiti youth, we don't hammer. Yes. And that's it.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. Allow me to leave the works a little bit and let's go to what happened around August last year, 2024. There were rumors circulating that you distributed money to some youth during the hunger protests that happened August 2024. Is this claim true?
Distribute money?
Yes. In support of the government.
Okay, we heard in the media that there was going to be a protest. They target, I think, hunger, bad governance or something. And Ekiti youth actually paid a costly visit to me in this office, saying that they are not going to be protesting against their governor. This governor has done too much for us. We are happy with him. We are ready to protect our governor. We are ready to protect our heritage. What are we going to be fighting for? In agriculture, in innovation, even in my ministry here, we have a resource center that help you to key into the 21st century job opportunities that are available. Right now, we know that there is little paper documentation when you're seeking for work. A lot of all these opportunities are online. And so, for us to be able to help our youth who may not have access to internet or does not have access to a laptop or smartphone, we have put a place together in this ministry. We are even begging them, encouraging them to pay a visit to our ministry. We're aware of all those opportunities from federal to the state, even to the local. And so we are willing to help them to key to all these opportunities. In our institutions, we are also planning a program. We're working with management of our institution, not because now we know that certification is not enough. It is not enough for you to go to an institution and have your BSc or your HND or what have you. Because again, our own peculiarity in Ekiti State is that we are high on paper qualification. Individually in our homes, in our family houses, you will see some of us with 2 masters, PhD, and so on. And the government is saying that what is the essence of your certificate if it does not put food on your table? And so we're even looking beyond that certification to help our youth to acquire skill. So what are we going to be protesting against such government? Just recently, not even recently, I think this is the 3rd one. We had one sometimes at the first quarter of 2024, later that year 2024 also, and the first one in 2025, support subvention for our youth organization to be able to run their association. Because this governor is driving an inclusive government, looking at every area. We are not only going to provide opportunity for you, we are partnering with the heads, the head of our various youth and student organization, and the government is also assisting them to be able to run, to be able to do program for your organization. And so, somebody that is doing that, what are we going to be protecting against? And now to pay them for what? They paid a courtesy visit to my office, like I said, that they are not going to be protesting against that government. So that payment in question, ironically, maybe the good governance that Mr. Governor is dishing out, maybe that's what they are saying.
Okay.
If that's what they mean, that this government is doing everything to help us, to support us, and so they want to protest, okay, maybe they are right. But that they will come and pay money that you should not do what? No. Ekiti youth will not, are not, and will not protest against their governor. They're in love with their governor. They're engaging with me every day in emulation of the way my governor has been running this state. I've thrown my door open, an open door policy to engage with all the youth whenever and wherever they want to see us.
You actually stole into my question. I actually want to ask more about your success stories. I mean, about unemployment, but you've really talked about it. Can you tell us more about the success stories concerning the job center you opened a year ago, and also talk about your background also as an Ekiti man who wants the young people coming on board to know how you started, from where. Is it in Okemese Ekiti, my mom's town, or just let us know more about your program, and also the success story about the job center you opened sometimes last year.
Okay, thank you. Just like I said earlier, we have a resource center in the ministry. It's called Resource Stroke Job Center. The place is put together to provide services to our youth in Ekiti State. We figure out that a lot of our youth are with this challenge of internet, having access to information, and of course a lot of them does not have access to internet And even when they have access to internet on their phone, they lack the required skill for them to take advantage of all the opportunities that are available in our nation. And so we also don't want to pay attention to only those youths in Ado Ekiti. Of course, we know that Child Resource Center as just one-stop solution is too small, not enough for our people or for the population that we have in our hands in Ekiti. But of course, we can start from somewhere. And that is why we have that place. We are partnering with some of our partners, one or two people. I'd like to acknowledge the contribution of Cafe Star Limited.
Okay,
yes, they actually supported us with laptops to be able to kickstart what we are doing in that place. I also like to acknowledge the contribution of Baba Areafe Babalola, the founder of Abuad. He also supported us to be able to put that place together. So the success story really, we've been partnering with a lot of people to train our youth. We've done about 2 or 3 programs there. FESU as an organization, FESU is Federation of Ekiti Students. We partnered with us in that place to bring information technology skills to their association. Beneficiaries are the association, some of Ekiti youth, and of course Ekiti students who are in need of that activity. Very soon, we are going to be starting another program with Motiva.
Okay.
With Motiva to kickstart 1,000 training opportunity for our youth in Ekiti State. We are talking to a whole lot of people because of that place. We did a program with what's the name now? I've forgotten. To be able to make available past questions, e-library on those laptop. The place is actually up and running, and we like to express our appreciation to His Excellency Governor Bioda Abayomi for making it possible for us to do the center and to contribute to the development of our youth. If you want to talk about my background, all right, I am a prince, just like when you introduced me, Prince Adesola Gabriel Gold Adedayo. I hail from that very big city in Mumbai local government, Osun Ekiti. Dear nearby of Ijualo. Don't get it wrong. I'm not saying we are big as Ibadan.
Okay.
I'm saying that Ibadan is actually bigger than us, but not too big than Osun Ekiti. I'm from that town, in Mumbai local government area of Ekiti State. Just like you know, I've been around for a while. In 2011, I stood election as an aspirant in my party in my federal constituency, Moba, Idosi, Lejemeji, and then I don't know, one thing led to the another. I wasn't favored to stand election. I was just an aspirant, and I did the primary, and it didn't. But I didn't give up.
It didn't work out.
Yes, it didn't work out then.
All stole the ticket.
It didn't work out. It didn't work out. But I didn't give up. I continued to add value to our people, to contribute my quota to the development of my local government and, of course, my federal constituencies. And in the next election, I worked for my party. I went everywhere in my local government, in my federal constituencies, to support my party, to support the candidate of my party at all levels, even to the presidential election. And after that, I was appointed by His Excellency Governor Bioda Abayomi to be Commissioner for Youth Development in Ekiti. And all of this while I have been working to support the vision of my principal to deliver on his mandate to the youth of Ekiti State. This, I think, some of those things that are available in the social space, except you still have a particular sense to ask about me.
2027, are you contesting?
Okay, 2027 is the hand of God. That's the truth. What I'm doing now is to show capacity to my leadership and, of course, to the people of my federal constituency. But if you say I should contest for president, I am ready. I am ready to contest whatever it is that you want me to do. If the angel of God appeared to me now, I say, what do you want to be? I'll say, I want to be president. So, of course, I know that you don't wake up one day and start flying. Yeah. He who wants to fly tomorrow will learn how to crawl and walk and run. Then before you start flying. So if you ask me again, I'll say I want to be president. I don't know what year is going to be.
No, I don't know, Coach. As a lighter,
Well, that's my dream.
we can say he who wants to fly might not even fly. I have a PlayStation.
I just wake up from Kuyo when they start flying. So 2027 is in the hand of God.
Yeah.
So, Honorable Commissioner, let's talk about the security of the youth. There has been constant outcry.
Insecurity, you mean? Of the youth, okay.
It's actually security of the youth.
Security of the youth, okay.
There has been constant outcry among the youth in Ekiti regarding issues of extortion, harassment, and profiling by the security agencies. Of course, we know numerous cases that has happened by people that use smartphones or probably a particular car or something, and being labeled as internet fraudsters without proper investigation. These actions, of course, it infringe on rights of many youth out there in Ekiti. What specific measures are being put are being taken by this administration?
Okay, let me start by saying security issues is a national matter. It is not peculiar to Ekiti State alone. But we are trying our best in Ekiti State. The governor is trying his best in Ekiti State to secure both lives and property in this state. And another thing is that the most potent solution to all of our youth, all of the problems that we have, is to be particular, to develop our youth. If you develop the youth, you will not only contribute to the economic development of the state, you also go to bed and sleep with your two eyes closed. Because Yoruba people will say, oh, whatever delay, the human watch. And this is the reason why I said, Mr. Governor wants a commissioner or a ministry that will pay absolute attention to youth development. That alone is one way that Mr. Governor is using to solve security challenges in Ekiti State, because he continue to provide enabling environment for our youth to develop, to shine. So when they are engaged properly, when they make money, when they are comfortable, there won't be all those issues that they are talking about. Then apart from that, you see, security presence on our streets is a necessary evil. Nobody wants to be stuck on the road and say, open your bag. But of course, it's important because you don't know everybody. And remember some of those challenges that we had the other time about the insecurity, I don't want to mention bad names now, but all those minor, handful, pocketful of security challenges that we have in our nation. And proactively, Mr. Governor need to rush to Abuja when such issues happen in our state, to bring the presence of all these military and police people that we have on our street today. And we have been engaging with them. The commissioner is our friend, the youth, with the relationship between the youth organization, registered and youth student organization in Ekiti State, with that of the security agencies, have been very, very cordial and smooth. But not long, I think about 3 or 4 months ago, we had a youth-student security engagement, a platform, of course, by the ministry that invited all service chiefs in the state, then all student and youth leaders, for us to talk and parley on how some of these issues should be managed in our state. Just like I said, the presence of security, police and civil defense and even military soldier boys on our state is a necessary evil, because we should be proactive. We will not go and wait till the loss of a life or 1 or 2 or 3 people before we start running to security agencies to please come and help you.
Sorry, Honorable Commissioner, what we're trying to say is we appreciate the presence of all these security agencies.
Yes.
What we are saying is, for example, if a young guy of 22, 23 should ride a car of, let's say, this Big Daddy or Mozu Camry, they tag them a Yahoo boy. Or maybe they have dreadlock on their head, even without them being profiled, the first thing they do is to bring out their phone and make transfer to them. I've seen pocket of these 1, 2, 3, 4. Even after the engagement you had 4 months ago, I was there. I believe the the crew members there, every one of us we were there at the panel. But this thing keeps continuing. Just of recent, I know you are aware of the 5.2 million extortion that was transferred to the civil defense officers, that they led to them being summoned to Abuja. So I believe this is occurrence is happening frequently. So what can you really do to nip this? If not call 100%, but at least
to reduce it. So basically, we're talking about the harassment. Because as a young person, I should not be scared to go outside. As a guy, I should not be scared that, okay, I need to change my clothes because I know I'll be harassed. So what is the government doing? Are we saying, yes, you are saying the government loves the youth, but at the same time, you need to show us that we are loved. I should not be scared of going outside. I should not be harassed. I should not be scared of harassment. So what is the government doing? Or what do you think the government is going to do? Because this situation needs to be handled differently. And at least we should be able to see actions real soon. So let's get from here.
Continuous engagement. We have started well, just like he said,
yes,
with that security, student and youth security engagement. We are talking. We have a platform now where we relate together, and when some of these things happen, they report back to their leaders, the youth leaders or student leader, and some of them also they report back to me. And of course, we will call the security agencies to say this happened here, that happened here. Just like every organization, there's no way you will not find some of them as bad eggs. You understand?
Yes.
But we will continue to engage with them. We are actually collaborating together as a ministry, as an arm of government. We are actually talking to them. The government is engaging with them. We're talking to the leadership and even all their units head. We have a fairly good relationship even to the youth and student leader. That we will continue to do. Sometimes ago, some other people will think, okay, probably we can say, okay, remove all the security agencies on our state. We know that may not be totally possible, right? But whichever way we look at it, we have to work together. And that is what we are doing, continuous engagement, trying to provide solution to our problem.
So, Honorable Commissioner, sir, so for those that have serious cases that can be proven that they were actually extorted, just like the one that happened recently, that the 5 million was refunded back to the account of those that were extorted, what redress mechanisms are available for such people? Because one, it had to be a social media issue for it to be resolved, and the minister had to personally intervene, which for a lot of people from the charter we got on social media, a lot of them were angry that nobody in government
responded
showed concern or
yes,
responded to this agitation, that had to take the intervention of somebody in Ondo State to call the honorable minister's attention to it before the honorable minister attended and summon those same officers down to Abuja, and still there's still a media blackout from the state.
Okay, that the minister responded to that call. Yes. That the minister responded to the social media story.
Yes.
Means that government is doing something. So oftentimes when there is a challenge or there is a problem with the youth, with us, when government agencies or the leadership of our country, of our state, doesn't go to social media to say something, does not mean they are not doing anything. Just like you said now, that when it got to social media, the minister invited those people, the money got refunded, and of course, processes are being put in place to checkmate such occurrences going forward. So when you don't hear from them, does not mean they are not doing anything. Of course, to everything, to every rumor, you have to investigate to be sure that this that they have said actually happened. You understand? So in the process of trying to find out what happened, if you have not spoken to the press, if you are not on the social media as a minister or a governor or a commissioner, does not mean you're not doing anything. Just that people just want a now solution. You speak to something on the social media, post on internet, and you want the whoever to jump on it immediately and provide solution. There has to be a fair hearing, even to those with what if it's not. So because they didn't go to the media immediately, does not mean they're not working on it. I can assure you, particularly in our state, any time any of them bring a matter to me, to my attention, the governor is always jumping on it to provide solution for whatever it is that they are asking or agitating for.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. So we've spoken about the government, we've spoken about the governor. Now we are back. We've spoken about you also. So now we are back to your ministry.
Okay.
So far, what are your achievements? What are the things you can point out and say, okay, we've done this, we've done that? What do you have to tell us? What are the things you can tell us about the things you've done?
And what to expect?
Okay, thank you. In emulation of my principle, the first thing I did when I got to this office is to throw my door open for everybody to come freely and engage with me on whatever it is that you want. We started from collating data. Data is important for us to be able to plan, and thereafter we provided a platform for our youth to be able to engage with Mr. Governor. I'm sure some of you are part of the people that attended that youth-led talk with BAO 1.0. Of course, at that forum, Mr. Governor approved quarterly presentation of that program. After the first one, we have done the second one. We have even done the third one. We are taking the program to our local government now. We target BAO in your doorstep. And so a lot is going in that area. Then apart from moving away from that one, the fourth Ekiti Youth Parliament inaugurated, which gave birth to a process of that youth policy that we also talked about the other time. And of course, the resource center that we put together there for us to be able to help our youth, to guide them, provide information, and of course, allow them to take advantage of all the opportunities that are available in our nation now. This ministry is also part in charge of the NYSC in the state. Currently, I think it's even done. It's ready for commissioning now. We put together a 90 toilet and bathroom facility at the NYSC camp. That has been done. A lot of activities in the youth in agriculture. Just like I said, it is not only it's agri-business, not only for you to farm and eat, but for you to be able to earn a living. And apart from that, a lot of collaboration with our sister ministry to be able to enhance the capacity of our youth, the Adire Ekiti Hub, in collaboration with the office of the First Lady, a lot of programs. Just like I said now, in another week, we're supposed to have even launched in a week or 2 weeks ago, but in about 2 weeks' time, we are going to be starting another program, skill acquisition for 1,000 Ekiti youth. We're also talking to one microfinance bank to be able to also bring such loan in different sizes to our youth to support them to enhance their productivity and of course to fund their talent. That we are also doing. The data that I said the other time, we have run analysis of that data to segment this ministry into youth in what do we call it now? Youth in agriculture, youth in entertainment, youth in sports, youth in technology. We call it youth in BEAT, B-E-A-T, youth in business, entertainment, agriculture, technology, and sport. And a whole lot that we're still doing. I like to put on record the support of Mr. Governor for Ekiti youth. That is important for me to say.
Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner. It has been an enlightening period spent with you. And I can now understand, or we can now understand why you are so beloved by the youth in the state, and having all the youth organizations actively cooperate with you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And like I always call him our Shapapa Commissioner, our fashionista, our dream commissioner. Yes, sir. And I could recall way back there, we used to say, "Go for gold." That was the slogan there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. That's a wrap on today's edition of
Let's Talk Ekiti.